you absolutely know that no contact would help you get through your breakup. It would help you feel so much better, but you're struggling with the follow through. It's okay, friend. You're in the right place. Today, I'm going to visit with you about what no contact is, or low contact, why some people choose to go no contact, why I think you should go no contact, and stay till the end because I've got a super helpful tip that will make no contact easy. So first of all, what is no contact? Well, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's ceasing communication or interaction with a person. No talking, no texting, no seeing them in person. This may ruffle a little feathers, but really it's best practice to stay off their social media as well. If you aren't talking to them, but you're looking at their pictures and their posts, this is essentially indirect contact. And it isn't going to work. You aren't going to feel better. We'll get more into the reason whenever we get to the why of no contact. Another thing to think about is not asking mutual acquaintances about them. How are they doing? Are they seeing someone? Again, while this isn't direct contact, it's going to keep them in your thoughts and it's going to hinder your progress. I know what some of you are saying. Amanda, I can't go no contact. First of all, is this true? But I get it. There are some situations where you're co-parenting with this person or there's some other reason why you can't go no contact. If this is the case, you can certainly go low contact. This just means you only communicate when it's absolutely necessary and to the smallest amount necessary. Think along the lines of, little Johnny has a cough and I gave him this medicine at this time. Not, little Johnny made a friend next door and here's a picture of them playing together. One of those communications is necessary and one of them is not. When I was trying to detach from my ex-husband and going low contact with him, I had a list of one-word answers that I could use whenever he contacted me. Yes, no, I don't know, thanks, okay. Low contact, the smallest amount of communication necessary to get the job done. So if this person is sending you paragraph after paragraph after paragraph of text messages, and every part of you wants to engage with a counter argument or a justification for each paragraph they send, oftentimes waiting will help. I had a strategy where I would wait a certain amount of time and maybe reach out to a friend before I responded to the messages. Okay, so now that we know what no contact is, why would anyone want to go no contact? It can be very useful in toxic or abusive situations. Engaging with someone like this can make you absolutely crazy. It's like beating your head against a wall and then wondering why your forehead's bleeding. Oftentimes, when the toxic person stops getting a reaction from you, it will lessen or cease altogether. When these narcissistic types of people don't get what they're looking for, they move on to someone else. No contact can be helpful when you're trying to let go of a situationship or a friends with benefits type of situation. I know I've been there. After my divorce, I had one of these deals. I kept saying to myself that I knew I needed to let it go, but after a few weeks or a few months, one of us would message the other and bang, I was back in it. Another reason why you might want to go no contact is whenever you're absolutely heartbroken. The pain is unbearable and you think that if you can just have a little bit of contact with that person again, you'll feel better. And maybe you will feel better for just a few minutes, but usually what happens is you end up feeling worse in the end. Maybe you're not sad. Maybe a wave of anger has passed over you and you can't stand another minute without letting them know just how much they've hurt you and what they've done. I can admit I really struggled with this with my most recent breakup. For the first couple months, I really wasn't ready to let go at all. He did something so incredibly hurtful that I had to contact him and let him know. And then finally, I let it go. I had to stop contacting him. It was the only way to heal my heart. Now, I know there's a lot of advice on YouTube, and some of you have come here to watch this video because you think that going no contact will bring your person back to you. This might be true. It happens a lot whenever you bring your energy back, they move towards you. But it's really my hope that you won't use no contact to try to manipulate another person. Relationships built on manipulation are not healthy. And using no contact as a way to get them to reconnect really isn't a great plan. Besides, you'll probably still have the same problems that you had before the breakup. These are some of the reasons that it's a good idea to go no contact. Why do I think it's a good idea to go no contact? I am a firm believer that no contact is a beautiful tool for detachment and healing. It's extremely difficult to get out of a relationship and stay in it at the same time. If I'm trying to get out of a toxic situation, I have to change the dynamic. If I'm trying to let go of someone that I don't see a future with, I need to just do it. Let them go. And if I'm trying to grieve the loss of a relationship, that wound that is starting to heal just reopens every time I contact them. So most of us know that we need to stop contacting our exes, but why is it so fucking hard? Here's the reason why. There was a time when contacting this person was a good thing. It felt good and you liked it. It made an impression on your subconscious that this was a good thing. This person equals pleasure, and our brains are designed to move towards pleasure and away from pain. I can hear some of you, no, Amanda, actually, it was never good. Maybe, but here's the deal. At that time, it met some sort of need that you had and gave you some sort of relief from the discomfort that you had at that time. When I was stuck in my situationship, it was during a time when my mother was very sick and then passed away, and I was in a very high stress time during in my career. So even though this situationship really only gave me breadcrumbs of physical affection and some words of praise and affirmation here and there, it was a relief from a super stressful, hard time that I was going through in my life. I was essentially starving at that time, and those breadcrumbs kept me going. And don't discount the effect that the physical connection can have. The dopamine and other chemicals that are released can have a profound effect on your brain. So even while consciously I knew I needed to stop contacting him and engaging with him, and that behavior was hurting me, mostly because he was unavailable and didn't want to have a real relationship with me, my subconscious brain said, ooh, that's pleasure. I should move towards it. And here's the deal. The conscious mind cannot overpower the subconscious mind. That's why most of our New Year's resolutions don't make it, because our subconscious desires and needs and wants are more powerful than the conscious decision that we make to have some sort of change. We have to learn how to reprogram and change the subconscious part of our mind. We're finally here. You've made it to the part of the video where I discuss the tool, the strategy, the trick that makes no contact easy once and for all. Our brains are designed to move towards things that bring us pleasure and away from things that make us feel pain. And like I just said, there's a subconscious imprint that says that contacting this person brings us pleasure. So how do we change that imprint? How do we change the subconscious desire to move towards that person? Our subconscious is programmed and reprogrammed through repetition and emotion. Also, our brainwaves are slower and more easily suggestible at the hour before we go to bed at night and the hour when we first wake up in the morning. So we can use this information to flip the switch and turn the idea of contacting this person from pleasure to contacting this person equals pain. We're going to make a list, and each line is going to start with engaging with, insert X's name here, hurts me because, or engaging with so-and-so hurt me when. We're changing the idea that contacting this person brings us pleasure to contacting this person brings me pain. Try to come up with 10 things, but I bet you can come up with much more. Remember, since the subconscious is programmed with repetition plus emotion, the idea is to bring up a negative emotional experience, that pain that was caused from that person. Try to make the situations as detailed as possible so that you really get a picture of what happened in your mind and you can recall that negative experience. Don't hold back. Think of the shittiest thing that they did and put it on your list. Engaging with so-and-so hurt me when he or she did this fucked up thing. Right? Sometimes doing this in the third person is helpful. Sweetie, engaging with this person hurts you. Don't you remember how you felt when you found out he was seeing someone else? And if the word engaging doesn't work for you, find one that does. Talking to this person hurts me. Seeing this person hurts me. Being with this person hurts me. Whatever resonates most with you. You can also think about traits in a partner that you want that your ex didn't have. Here's an example. Engaging with my ex hurts me. I deserve a partner who's honest, and he lied to me for months about X, Y, and Z. Try to be as specific as possible because that's what's going to help bring up those painful emotions and flip that switch from engaging with this person as pleasure to engaging with this person is pain, so that your mind will do the rest on its own. Avoid things that bring you pain and move towards things that bring you pleasure. Now comes the repetition. Remember, your subconscious is reprogrammed through emotion plus repetition. So making the list of all the painful shit first will help bring up those emotions. Now we get to the repetition part. There's several ways you can do this. You have your list. You could rewrite it every day for a month. Remember, that first hour in the morning or last hour in the evening is really your best time. If you really want to get the job done, do it both times, in the morning and in the evening. If you don't want to rewrite it every day, you can reread it. But I do really think that taking the time and using that physical motion of writing it down every day is very helpful and really helps it to sink in. One of my favorite ways to use this tool is to make a video of myself coaching myself through the list. Using the tone and the inflection and the facial expressions can really help bring out the emotion in the situations that you're talking about. And making that video and rewatching it every day is a really simple way to get through that repetition part. I would make a 5 to 7 minute video talking about these things, and you have that eye contact with yourself. I tell my clients, act like you're talking to a 2-year-old or like you're a cheerleader or a motivational speaker. Sweetie, don't you remember that time that this happened and it was so painful? Contacting him hurts you, if that makes any sense. Think of high school drama class. You're making this video to remind yourself on a subconscious level every day about that this behavior is painful and you need to stop. Watching this video in the morning or in the evening or both works like a charm. You will be absolutely shocked. Do it for a month. It will change your life. I promise. I was so addicted to my situationship guy. Now whenever he emails me, I barely notice. I wanted my most recent ex-boyfriend back more than anything, and he recently texted me. My mind raced through 10 different things I could say, from angry things to sweet things to yes, I'll come over things. And finally, I landed with, okay. I knew that engaging with him more would extend that grief and make it harder for me to heal. I'd already come so far, and I didn't want to go back to where I was. So go ahead and comment below if you're going to give this a try. Now that you know how to heal from your breakup faster by going no contact and how to make no contact easy, watch this video to learn how to feel more calm and confident and secure. Thanks for watching.